My name is Ara, and this is Rose Ara's Investments. So overall, we have taken a beating over the last couple of weeks. My personal account was way down, but that is in the past, and the thing to focus on is how to make money from this point forward. So I did stick to my promise, and I gave my daughter some more money. She got that invested, so she's up to $23,000 and change right now, before she's 3 years old. I almost put an order in to buy Amazon, and they didn't pull the trigger. I just think Amazon is still a little bit too expensive for me to buy. I almost did it though. I think instead of buying Amazon, I'd rather buy Alibaba. Alibaba is way down from its high of 208, and it is growing like crazy. So I think if I had to pick one of the two, I'd rather put my money into Alibaba. They're just doing everything right. Not that Amazon isn't. Amazon is a fantastic company too, but I just think Alibaba has more potential for growth, because I just think there's more people in China that don't buy things online right now that will in the next few years. So I did put an order in to buy PayPal. I put an order in for about $4,000 to buy 50 shares at $78 if it drops down there. If it doesn't drop to 78, then I figure I have enough of it. But if it does drop to 78, I'm a buyer. I will probably sell a little bit of the PayPal I have if it goes up to 90. Let's see what else. Tesla, my friend has made money a few times in Tesla. She put an order in at $250 and picked up some shares, and now they're sitting at a nice $343. So overall, she's doing pretty well. She's happy with that. Let's see what else is the news. I have call options and actually call spreads in Microsoft, which is a bet that Microsoft will be over a certain number by a certain time. And I need Microsoft to stay over 100, and it seems like it is staying over 100. And I'm actually considering buying shares because it seems like the company is just growing very nicely, very steadily, and everything's working for them. Let's see, what else is there in the news? I bought one share of Honda because I work there and I sell Honda cars. So if you're in the Massachusetts area, come to Herb Chambers, Honda of Seekonk, and ask for Ara. Toyota announced their numbers. They are selling 1% more cars. So Toyota is a big competitor of ours. And in general, if Toyota is doing well, Honda is also doing well. And from personal experience, I can tell you there's a lot of people coming in to buy Hondas. We're a very busy dealership. So I believe the auto industry, even though it seemed to have tapered off from the recent highs of the last couple of years, it is still very strong. And if you were to, instead of grouping things yearly, if you were to group them in 5-year increments, autos would be at their all-time high. Everyone has a little bit extra money. In general, I saw that wages went up in America by 3.5%. So everyone has a little bit extra money. So just in general, everyone's buying a little bit more stuff. I'm pretty excited to see what companies like Amazon, Walmart, and PayPal are doing. Walmart and PayPal are kind of joining forces to let people store their money online. People that don't have online access or bank accounts or whatever. So I think PayPal will be a future beneficiary of its association with Walmart. I think Target and Best Buy are undervalued. Target has always had a lower PE ratio than Walmart, but Target is growing. There's plenty of people that go to Target. It's a very big store, and they are growing sales, and they're growing their online sales too, just not as fast as Walmart, but they are growing them very nicely, over 20% per year. Another one I got into was Home Depot. Home Depot is another one that is growing their same-store sales in the mid-single digits, and they're growing their online sales very nicely. Home Depot is the 5th biggest online retailer in America. Amazon's first, Home Depot is fifth. So yeah, Home Depot seems to be very, very inexpensive. And if we can look back and remember the 2008-2009 recession, everybody was very, very worried about Home Depot and Lowe's because housing prices has plummeted. Banks were having trouble because everyone was foreclosing on their houses. But the thing is, that affects Home Depot and Lowe's, but it doesn't affect them as much, and it doesn't affect them that much either, because they still had a lot of sales. They still, Lowe's, for example, still raised its dividend throughout the recession. They were confident that they were going to see their way through. And if you'd invested in Home Depot and Lowe's back in 2008 and 2009, when things seemed to be bad for them, you would have made 5 to 9 times your money. I think Lowe's was 5 times your money and Home Depot was 9 times your money. So $1,000 invested in Lowe's would have turned out to be about $5,000. And that's not including dividends. So these are fantastic and durable companies. Because when housing prices are high, people want to fix up their houses, but when housing prices are low and things have gone to shit, people still want to fix up their houses. Maybe they're not buying new houses because they don't have the money to get to new mortgages, but the houses that are here, houses always need to be fixed. So they're very durable companies, same as the auto parts company like AutoZone, Advance Auto, and O'Reilly's. Those companies are very, very durable, and they spend their own money to buy back their own shares, which means that there are fewer shares available in the world. If Home Depot is buying its own shares and it has 1 million shares and they buy 100,000 shares, now there's only 900,000 shares to go around. There's fewer shares, so your shares inherently become more valuable. So the auto parts companies, the home improvement companies, they're doing that, as are other companies too, but auto parts and home improvement are known for really strongly buying back their shares. On the negative side, sometimes they take on debt to buy back their shares. So, that's one thing that makes me slightly nervous, but I like that they have the confidence to buy back their shares. And I like that they are forward-looking, meaning that they're not so much worried about this quarter. They're doing what's best for the long run. I made a previous video about payments companies, Visa, MasterCard, Square, PayPal, American Express, Discover. I think they are going to come through just fine. If in general people are making more money, they will be spending more money. And if tariffs make things slightly more expensive, then people will be spending slightly more money. So I think payments companies are going to do terrific. I don't know much about oil, so I don't talk about it. I don't know too much about airlines, so I don't talk about that. Some people I know are invested in those types of companies. GE is way down. I haven't really studied it because I don't own any. One of my friends does, but I just haven't had any interest in studying it. But now that GE is down to $10 a share, maybe I will. Maybe now's the low point, and I'll investigate and see what's going on with that. Facebook is down to 150 or so. They came out with a good earnings report. I know they're compared to other companies like Twitter and Snapchat a lot, and Twitter is kind of cleaning up their site and getting rid of some fake accounts. I do believe that Facebook has some fake accounts because of all the friend requests I get that are fake, that are not real people, and the way that you can tell is the only thing they're posting about and talking about is their profile photo. So Facebook absolutely has some fake accounts, which I think has prevented me from buying shares in Facebook recently, in 2018 anyway. But I do think that Messenger is extremely useful. Instagram, everybody uses Instagram. So WhatsApp, international friends of mine, they do use WhatsApp. So I do think that there are certain parts of Facebook that are really growing nicely. So I don't know how that's all going to play out, but at $150 a share, I do think because they're making so much money, they have so much revenue, so many people, so many companies advertise on Facebook, they're making tremendous amounts of money. It might worth buying some shares down here around 150. It seems like a very good value. Biotech companies like Amgen, Celgene, anything medically related, I think is a little cheap right now. And you know, if you're the type of person that wants to diversify and get a variety of stuff, some good dividend payers, some consistent revenue, some consistent income, biotech companies, medical companies seem to be a good choice. So I don't want to go too much longer than 10 minutes. Kind of just rambling some of my thoughts of the last week. The most important thing is to stay invested. Oh, actually, I'll finish this video up with a little analogy. So, one thing I want to say is the market always goes up. You hear a lot of fear, you hear a lot of this and that and blah, blah, blah. But I am one of those people that believes the market always goes up. And this is coming from a guy that was down $50,000 at one point last week. This is my third time this year losing $50,000. And I'm telling you this, the market always goes up. And I'll tell you an analogy to drive home the point. So I used to be a professional poker player, and my grandma always asked me, "Are you winning?" And it's kind of a vague question, and you know, hard to answer without telling her a time frame. So if she calls me up when I'm in the middle of the game and she says, you know, "Are you winning?" It's very hard to tell what she wants to hear. So, like, are you asking over the last 4 hands that I played after lunch? Well, I'm down $15. Are you asking how I'm doing since I woke up this morning? Then I'm down, you know, $680. Are you asking how I'm doing since the beginning of the month? Well, then I'm up $3,400. Are you asking how I'm doing since the beginning of the year? Well, then I'm up, you know, $31,000. Are you asking how I'm doing since I started playing poker my lifetime? Then I'm up $300,000. So it really depends on the time frame. You can't just ask a poker player how you're doing, because the start of a day is an arbitrary period of time. It's a human-made concept. So, you know, the stock market is the same way. If I say I'm going to make money, I'm not saying I'm going to make money today. I'm not saying I'm going to make money this week, but over my lifetime, I'm going to make enormous amounts of money. I'm going to make huge amounts of money. And I love that I'm using my daughter as an experiment, and I'm getting her completely 100% invested in stocks right from the start, right from when she's 0 years old. And I'm going to show you guys how I get someone to go from completely broke, jobless, penniless, no money to her name, to a millionaire. I'm doing the same for myself, but people might think I had a head start. I didn't, by the way. I started investing in my 20s. I started saving when I was like 16 years old. But I really want to show you guys that it only takes consistency to become a millionaire, and the fortitude to stay invested. Just buy shares of good companies. McDonald's is always going to sell hamburgers, and PayPal is always going to process payments. So I will end it with that, and I hope all you guys watching become millionaires with us. I will try to upload more and more videos on my days off. Okay, stay invested. Bye, guys, and give me a thumbs up and subscribe.